Hi, and welcome to the second video where we try to explain, where we do explain how the game works. This current video is just a one-player game, nothing much happening, and we just wanted to give you an idea of how the basic things work in the game. So the first thing that you want to look at is in the top left corner you have the avatar of the current player. That's the player's name, that's the current score, 0. That's the money that everybody starts with, the 100. Then you have votes, you have 0 votes, nothing has happened yet. And then you have malice. Malice, you get malice when you do bad things to other players, and we haven't done anything bad to anyone, so it's a 0. This is the income you get when you pass income spot, and you have double income when you land there. That's a way of making money. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 such spots. But except for this and this, those guys, they're on a one-way road and they're pretty difficult to access. So if you will be using this post to make money, then you'll probably use this and this. And then you have the bribe. The basic bribe value is 20. So you pay 20 when you pass this spot. If you land, you pay double. And if you would like to go, for example, to the astral plane here, then that's a pretty pricey way up there. Then you have also the bribe here, and of course on the way to the court, just as in real life. We currently set the session to 20 score, but it's just me playing, so it doesn't really matter. Here on the right side of the screen we got 6 cards. Each card is used for 2 purposes. The first purpose is to move. So you only look at this thing in the top left corner, the move point. 3, 2, 3, 3, 4, and 5. 5 is actually good. And then you can also play the card for action. So whenever you make a decision on which card to burn in a specific turn, you have to think, do I want to use that card for action? Do I want to keep that? Or do I want to just burn it and use it to move? For example, this card. Let's look at the card called the Jackpot. If I make it to the casino right here, then this card will give me 250 in money for free, for nothing. There are no complicated rules, nothing whatsoever. Just go there, play this card, get 250. At the same time, this card has a move value of 5. So from here, using this card, I can get to the office right in. I can get here, here, and here. And if I really want to go here, for example, and play some card, or here, then, maybe I will just burn this card to move, and without waiting to going all the way to the casino to play. Let's look at the cards in a bit more detail. Every card has the price. So this card costs 40. This doesn't cost anything, doesn't cost anything, doesn't cost, doesn't cost, doesn't cost. So it's pretty good setup of cards. When I pay 40, I get 1 malice. And then let's look at the rules. A player of my choice goes to the jail. So hence my malice goes up. And the more malice goes up, the more the bribe increases. Let's look at this. Well, this is a really simple card. You get to the treasure, you play this card, you get 4 votes. This one is played in the court, and it says a player with the highest malice, including you, pays 50 and goes to jail. So being here up in the bank, having office right here, no other players around, I would probably go to the casino to try to play one of these 2 cards. So let's use this to move here. We pass the bribe spot, just pay 20. We land on the risk spot. The mechanics of the risk spot is that you roll the dice, and if it's 1, then you get a misfortune. And if you bought the insurance before, then the misfortune happens not to you, but to someone else. So normally, I don't really pay unless I had 4 or 5 successful rolls, and I feel like there's going something bad that's coming my way. So I got new card instead of the one I burned. It has even more move points, 6, but it costs a lot. When you cannot afford the card, then you have this strike through on the price. And yeah, if I would have the money And if I would go to the Inferno to play that card, then I would get 17 score. That's a lot. But also that's a lot of money to have. That's probably a card that everybody will use to move. Let me use that to move to well, let's go to the dump. So as you have seen, when you move through location, you can stop, even if you play a card that can take you farther away. If you move spot to spot, then you stop where your move points expire. I can play a card here because once I burned that card, a new one came in, and it's called the Stash. And I move to the Treasure. Well, this is really convenient because if I move to the Treasure, then I get to use this card where I get 4 votes for free. So let's use it. Before that, I can use the general mechanics, and the dump, it's a fairly simple mechanics. You just go there to get something for free, but it's not a lot. We just got 30. So we arrive to the Treasure. We have a card that we can play, and this little menu allows you to play it or to skip it. So we're gonna play it, and we get 4 votes. And also we get to roll for money because that's what the Treasure is for. Well, 50 is okay. Now that we have 4 votes, it makes sense to go to the office because you can sell your votes in the office for pretty good money. So let's go. Yeah, if you go here, we stop on the bribe and pay double. If we go here, we either can play this card, but since I'm playing alone, doesn't really make sense, or we'll just take a risk. So let's go here. Nah, I'm not gonna play that. And I'm not going to pay the bribe, I'm going to take the risk. Okay, all good. Now, on the way to the office, there's the bank. So the bank works like this. You invest 50 and you increase your income by 10. Since you get income every time you stop or pass the income spot, investing 50 means that you get that back after 2 times on that spot and 1 time passing through. Generally, it makes a lot of sense to do this, especially since other players will attack you and try to decrease your income. So it's a competition, basically. While you grow your income, others will try to stop that from happening. So let's see if we can stop just on this spot. Yes, using this card. So just paid the bribe 20 and got the income, double income of 60. That's okay money. And now I'm going to go to the bank and invest 50 to increase my income by 10. Look what happens to the income once I say yes. Yep, went up to 40. Now we are on the way to the office to sell the votes. There is also a couple of office cards that just came in. This one for free gives me 1 score and 20 money. Well, it's something. I mean, 1 score is okay. This one, though, is the one I would really love to play, but it costs 400, which I don't really have at the moment. It gives me 5 score, and I have a 50% chance of avoiding paying the bribe. So whenever I'll move through the playing field, it'll cost me less to pass here, and especially here. But I don't have that money. So let me just go to the spot called Gamble and see if I can take a risk and gamble. 1, 2, and 3 losses, 4, 5, and 6 gains. That's good. That's 2 more votes. So at this point, I probably should change my strategy. Here, you have chaos cards, and one of them, this one, in exchange for 10 votes, I get 9 score. So that's like the biggest profit I can make by selling my votes. So I need 4 more votes. And I have 1, 2, 3, 4 Tribune spots. So technically I can pick it up here, 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 and here, and then come here and play that card. So let's see. First of all, I'm moving into the office using this card. And there's 3 office cards that I can play. I mean, this one is too expensive, so it doesn't apply to me. This card is fairly nice. I get income, and I can play another office card in this turn. So I earned 40. And now I can play this card, so I'll get a bit more money and then 1 score. Yep. Now I can sell my votes for 10. And the thing is, it's a bit too late. If I could have sold 1 vote for 100, then I would have 430, which would allow me to play this card and to earn 5 score. But I am right now already in the office, so I can't do that. I have this card coming up, so this is the plant, and it's just a short way away from me, and it'll cost me 250. I already have that money. And then this card is quite nice. I get 8. So I don't really know. Maybe I'll change my strategy, and instead of going to the Inferno to play a card for 10 votes, I'll just sell 1 vote here, get some extra money, and try to do the best of what I can in this part of the playing field. So let's go to the plant. And here's the choice, right? I can get there just in 1 move, burning this card. But this card is really nice. I would like to play it and to get 8 score. So should I use it to move faster, or should I keep it, but then I'll have to spend 2 turns going in? That's the choice you have to make in the context of other players competing with you, because maybe while you make those 2 turns saving the card, someone will arrest you and put you to jail, and so it's just, you know, makes no sense to have this card but to be in jail. I would personally, you know what I would do personally? I would go here and play that card. And then I got 5 score. That's pretty good score on my 8th turn. And now the mechanics of the plan is you can skip 1 turn and get 50. So that's mostly used by players when they miss just 20, just 30. For example, if I would need 200 and I have 180, then I would skip the turn to get 50 guaranteed. But that's not the case right now. Here's a card that gives me 2 in the dump, which is right next door. And it costs hundreds, I have 180, so that's a good match. I don't have any card that gets me there right away, so I'm gonna make 2 moves. And I'm not going to gamble because I'm just 1 spot away from the dump. So I don't want to lose money, I don't want to get misfortune, nah. And we roll into the dump using this card. And we play this card, and we've got 7 score. Now in the dump, as I mentioned, you have some chance of making small amounts of money, but if you're the poorest, then you also get extra 30. Well, it doesn't really apply in this game because I'm the only one playing. Let's still roll. I got 30 something. Now, what is the best card that I can play to reach 10 score? This is an interesting one. I go to the police spot and I show my cards, and for every secret card that I discard, I get votes. I don't have any secret cards or criminal cards, so it doesn't really matter. This one is way off there. This one just gives me votes here, so I can go back like this through the bribe. This one is unaffordable. This one is just, you know, I get income, nothing much. Well, how about we pick up those votes and go to the plant again? To do this, I'll have to stop on the bribe. And I'm going to use this to move. So I'm paying double bribe, 42. And now I can get into the plant using this card. Alright, I can play this for 30, get 3 votes. So I'm up to 8 votes. And to play that card in the Inferno, if you remember, I need 10 votes. So I need 2 more votes. I would like to get them here or here, but I don't have any cards that have 1 move spot. That's actually very uncommon. So I'm gonna go here and hope to land here on the next turn. I can play a card here. Yeah, actually I have 1 criminal card now that just came in, and yeah, well, it's just gonna disappear. Well, it didn't. Okay. I'm not sure I get the mechanics right. Let me go to the Tribune using this card. And here on the Tribune, you make a bet. Unfortunately, I only have 38 in money, so I cannot afford the bigger bets. I make the bet, I roll the dice, and if I bet, let's say 10, I will get 1 vote if the dice roll 6. If I would have bet 50, then I would get 1 vote if I would roll 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm gonna take the most, and I'm getting nothing. And that breaks my plan of making 10 votes by the time when I reach Inferno. So I have to change my plan. Well, this is unaffordable. I have no money. Basically, I have no money, so I need to do something to get the money. And this is the market, and I have this criminal card that gives me money, score, well, and malice. So how about I go here? And I'm playing this card, so my malice goes up, but I got an extra score, and I've got the money right now. Do I want to sell a score for 200? Well, let's see. Do I need the money that much? Probably no. All right. Now, I can try to pick up 1 more vote by going here, and I'm gonna bet 50. And I got the vote. So I'm just 1 vote away from getting 10 votes that I need here, but I don't see any way of making that happen anytime soon. So maybe I should just go around and try to get 1 more vote here. Let's land on the bribe spot, but if I land there, I'm gonna pay double the bribe. That's 44. So I'll run out of money. Well, there's also this card that I can play in the Inferno. So I'll become the governor, but I'll lose 5 votes. I don't want to lose 5 votes. I mean, I'm playing alone. I don't need to be the governor. So there's 1 more Tribune spot right here. And then maybe I can turn around and go back here. So let's try doing this. And at this point, I have the plan, right? I don't want to risk going to jail. And I already played police 3 times and I haven't been arrested yet. So at this point, I would choose to pay 22 and avoid the risk of going to jail. Now, how to get here? Well, I don't really seem to have the cards. Maybe I can stop in the casino and then make 1 move with this card. So in the casino, that's basically a big risk spot. 1, 2, 3, you lose money. 4, 5, 6, you make money. Do I want to play? Do I need the money? Well, I still have 168. Even if I lose 100, that's not going to kill me. So yes. And I lost. That actually happens to players more often than you would think. Because when you go to the casino, you think I'm going to win, but chances are 50-50 and a lot of people are losing stuff. Again, I'm on the Tribune. I'm betting the maximum. Yes. Yes, if I would have bet less, I wouldn't have gotten that vote. I've got 10 votes. And now it's time to go to the Inferno. The thing about the Inferno is that on the way to the Inferno... Wow, elections happened meanwhile. I got elected as the governor. Shit. So, the mechanics of the elections is that... well, this is a 1-player game, so it doesn't really show here, but is that whoever has the least malice gets 3 extra votes, and then you calculate all the votes, and the winner becomes the governor who doesn't pay bribes and doesn't pay to the police. After the elections, everybody loses half the votes. So I had 10, and I lost 5, but I got 1 extra score. So that kind of killed my plan of going to the Inferno just 1 turn away. And the lesson here is to keep tracking the election calendar right here that shows that elections happen every 20 turns. If I would have looked at that, I would have known that I shouldn't count on getting there before the elections happen. Now, let's just finish this video by earning 10 score, like going above 10. What can I do? This doesn't give me score. This gives me score, but it's too expensive. Same story here. That's a jailbreak card. I could use it if I'm jailed and then I can run away here. This one gives me 2 score and that looks like the best bet. It's playable in the treasure, so let's go to the treasure. Let's use... yes, this card to move like this, even though we pay the bribe on the way in. But I'm the governor, so I don't pay the bribe, so I don't really care. Would I like to buy the insurance? No. I hope it's not one. Oh shit, you see? I keep losing votes. The media reveals a few compromising photos and I lose 3 votes. Okay, my votes really dwindle. This is the lesson that you can plan for maybe 5-6 turns, but you always have to take into consideration the fact that the circumstances change and other players attack you, and so you want to have a strategy that you can carry out. Now, on the way to the treasure, there is a misfortune spot, so I'm going to get one of the 30 telegrams of misfortune as I pass through. Let's hope it's not something... Fuck. I mean, look at that. So I have the choice of paying 100 or losing 2 score. Now, normally I would have 100, but I just went down significantly. I have only 46. So I cannot afford to pay 100, so I'm going to lose 2. And that puts me down to 7, and even if I play this card, a misfortune befalls the player of my choice. I would still get only 9, and that's not my goal. My goal was 10. How to make the missing one? I don't have any cards that give me any score. I would just drift. I would just drift and hope for the best. Do you want to play inspection? Nah, just one player playing. Let's stop on the income and make some money. Come on. Okay, well, now it's better than nothing. 200 something. Let's go into the bank and invest some money. Now, I still have 3 votes left, so I'm gonna go to the office and sell 1 vote. But before that, I'll play this little card that gives me 50 more and 1 vote more. And I want to sell a vote. Yes. Now we're talking. We've got what, 400? No, 300. And well, this is 600. Too expensive. How about this? Choose between 515 votes or 4 score. Playable in the Inferno. I think I'll take it. I think I'll just take it and I will go to the Inferno as soon as I can. I'm using the bribe spots freely because I'm the governor. I don't have to pay any bribes. Let's stop on the double income. More money. I mean, see, my income is now 50, so every time I stop I get 100. That's a good deal. Same story here. Let's get another 100. Nice. Now, the only risk I have here is this misfortune spot. Maybe it puts me to jail, maybe it sends me somewhere else. I don't know. That's a risk. Meanwhile, I received the second card that's useful in the Inferno. I get 5 score for free. So 5 score here or 4 score here. Of course, I'm going to play this. Now, let's hope for the best. That's one of the worst misfortunes that happen in the game. You lose 115 money, you lose 2 votes, you lose 1 score. Fortunately, I still have 8, and I'm going to play this card and go above 10 score, and that's the end of this video. So I hope that gave you some idea how we move around the playing field and how some of the locations work. And in the next video, I think tomorrow, we'll talk more about the specific locations. Thanks for watching, and you can always post comments on this channel. Ciao.